Welcome back to the Jason Flood Digital Marketing Show. Today I'm delighted to be joined by Fiona Aldwell, the founder and teacher behind Yamika Yoga, based at Naas Racecourse in County Kildare. Fiona has created a beautiful space where people can reconnect with their body, mind and breath through yoga. Her approach is rooted in mindfulness and movement, helping students find strength, stillness and balance both on and off the mat. Through Yamika Yoga, Fiona offers a range of classes, including Embodied Yoga, group and one-to-one sessions, corporate yoga, community and social yoga, and even yoga for residents associations, all designed to meet people where they are on their wellness journey. You can find out more about Fiona or book a class through her website or social media links, all included in the description below. So, let's get into it. Fiona, how are you?
I'm really good, Jason. Thank you so much for having me on today.
Oh, it's a pleasure to have you on, and I've had millions of conversations with Fiona. Due to her amazing background, Fiona is really a great source for me when it comes to advice from a business perspective. She's always there, and I'm happy to help her as well with her digital marketing for Yamika Yoga, which has done absolutely amazing. And I always tell a lot of my clients about Fiona because when I tell Fiona to do something when it comes to digital marketing, when she asks me for advice, say on social media, and I'll have Fiona's social media links for Yamika Yoga in the description, so it'll be very easy for people to find. She's like a sponge to water, really. She just absorbs everything I say, but as well as that, she applies it. And through collaboration posts, Fiona has done extremely well with building up steam around her business. So she's my prize pupil, so to speak. So Fiona, let's just have a
Thank
chat. Tell
you.
me a bit about yourself, your background, not just about Yamika Yoga, but leading into Yamika Yoga, and tell us about how you've been able to do so well.
Okay, so my background is I was in real estate for over 20 years. And so that is basically my background. So, was mostly self employed. And I had a very successful career in between Remax and Aldwell Property Advisors, spanning the 20 years. My first year, actually, I was the most successful newcomer, which was a great, um, was really a great achievement. So, yes, and I suppose you know me, Jason, I love achieving things. I like applying myself to. But I never actually, talking about yoga, I never actually practiced yoga until 2019. And it was when I went to Turkey. I would be kind of a gym bunny. So I said, I'm going to give myself a break. And I found this gorgeous girl in Alanya in Turkey. And I practiced every day. And I was like, wow, really love this. And then I came back after 2 weeks holidays and never thought about it till the following year. So the following year I was back again, and I with Kefi. Kefi is her name. She's a beautiful girl, and we practiced again. I was in Turkey. I know that was the COVID year, so I was there once. But after that, the following 2 years, I was there a bit more, and I got really interested in doing teacher training. And now Kefi didn't do it, so I sourced Aruna here in Red Coffee in Kildare, and I did in 24. I qualified as a yoga teacher, and it just completely changed me. You know, I started out doing it for me. I had no intentions of ever teaching, and last year, 15th of July 2024, was my first class. Where Yamika Yoga comes from is when I was trying to think of a name for my business, my yoga, I someone suggested my daughters are Amy and Kim, so I made a combination of their letters, so hence the Yamika. And yeah, so it really, last year when I started my classes, I was really nervous. It was one class a week, and over the year they've just evolved. So I all through this year I've come continuously upscaling. I've done restorative yoga teacher training. I've done the yoga nidra teacher training. I've done the chair yoga. So because I want to be able to offer the best, I've also I'm in the middle of doing personal training course, and that's basically so I can be a better yoga teacher for my students. And with my yoga, it's when people come to the class, I guide them through the class. So yeah, that's kind of me there, Jason. I don't want to monopolize.
No, amazing, and I love the way you talk about self development now, with the course you're doing, to kind of mesh that together. I feel like with your field, nearly
Yeah.
every day is a school day in the sense that you constantly have to be learning, you constantly have to be evolving. Like I'm sure your classes when you first started are probably completely different to how they are now, correct?
Oh, 100%, like absolutely the change. And you're right, like when I get up in the morning, the first thing I do is my own personal practice. Um, and to evolve and to learn about my body and what my body can and cannot do, because we're not all the same. We have the same bone structures and that, but like our joints and our muscles, they're all different. And as you teach, you become more aware of what people can and cannot do in their bodies. So yeah, for me, I will always be learning, because I just love it, absolutely love it.
And it's so personalized, I'd say, as well. Like you were talking about how every person's different. I'd say a lot of your clientele is repeat clientele. So you kind of know, right, I know how to help this person the best way through the class.
100%, and that's why I'm doing the personal training course in Spear Fitness, is because I want to be able to understand the body completely, the mechanics, the biomechanics of the body. That is important. Like and just going back to what you said, yeah, I know. So in yoga, it's called an arc, the structure of the class. So you'd go around the arc, and when I did my first class, it would have been just the very basic movements, starting, limbering them up, and cat cow, and child's pose and all that. Whereas now you grow more confident, and I'm now teaching about 4 or 5 classes a week. And because I'm located here in Naas Racecourse, and that's only going to grow and evolve.
And tell me, Fiona, do you find that because you, of course, practice what you do yourself, you're saying that in the morning you do your own.
Oh yeah, so the first thing in the morning when I get up is I do my own personal practice.
Uh,
So I roll out the mat and I do my own personal practice, and then usually what I do is I go to the gym, depending whether I have a class that morning or not.
Very good. And from a yoga perspective, do you find that massively helps you when it comes to like managing stress as a business owner?
Oh, 100%. 100%. I'm never as happy as when I'm actually rolling out my mat. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's just your own, personal space. It's I highly recommend to anyone, because even with some of my students, all I'd say is if they're not at a class, just roll out your mat and just sit and even meditate for 10 minutes, or just make some gentle movements in your body. See what your body is looking for, and it will take you there.
That's a great quote. I'm definitely going to be putting that on the social media when when I'm sharing this onto my wall. Yeah, I think because I remember when we first started, I think it was from the Kildare Business Support Group. I don't even think we really had met, Fiona. Am I correct in saying that?
No, we hadn't. I spoke to you. Um, I was sitting in my car outside Newbert Silverware.
And we spoke on the phone, didn't we? If I was in Spain at the time traveling with the business.
Yeah, you were. You were.
Look how far you've come, because when we first started talking, you were kind of just in the process of kind of figuring out
Oh
the
my
whole
God, I can't believe it.
online aspect of it. And
Yeah.
you've come so far, you've done so amazing now. I remember when we first started talking, Fiona, you didn't even have a premises, and now, as you were saying, you have such a beautiful location now in Naas Racecourse. It's been so
Yeah.
amazing to see your growth. So I guess what I'd like to learn more from you about to help educate our listeners is how did, from a social media perspective, what would have been the most difficult things for you to figure out? Because you're doing so well now.
I suppose the thing that is difficult at the moment, right, is it's not time management. That's fine because, like, people arrive at a class. The class doesn't start when we sit down on the mat. I have to plan the class. So you've got class planning. You've also got to make sure there's a bit of variety in the class. And also for me, I suppose it's getting more business in at the moment. I'm quite my classes are my first original Tuesday class, which is 7:30. That's full every Tuesday, which is great. The My Friday class is half full, which is great. So basically, it's getting more people in. But the biggest thing is being trying to change up the social media. I am consistent with the social media, but I find now I need to look and go, right, I'm not getting the same reaction to this. So this is where your expertise comes in. So I probably know I need to do a little bit more, but that takes up so much time, so much time. And that you're constantly thinking, how can I be different? How can I, what it makes me stand out. So I'm always trying to stand out.
And that's such an important detail because I remember when we were sitting down last in Urban Kitchen, that's where we meet in Naas. I do the social media for Urban Kitchen and Coffee, did their website too. Amazing. Check it out on social media. But you were telling me about this, about how you feel like you're doing a lot of the same posts and you need to switch it up. And I was telling you, that's how I know you're learning because there's a thing, it's mostly with ads, but it's called ad fatigue, where say if someone's running a paid ad and they're showing people the
Yes.
same thing over and over and over again, and it is a very real thing. If I put up the same post all the time, it's not going to get the same reaction. You were able to see that and you started to change the content you were doing, and I didn't tell you that, you knew that already. I remember the garden post I love when you're sitting in the chair. I don't know what
Yeah.
you
Well,
call them. The
you.
egg chairs, is it?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I love the one where I go live from the race course. I just love that.
But it's
That
brilliant.
just gives me such a buzz. And the one thing is like Naas, it's a stunning location. Like I was up here on Saturday, Taste of Kildare was on, and oh my God, it was the hive, and I was like, I should have entered, I should have had a little stand there. But that wasn't run by the race course. That was an event. So that's me thinking next year I need to be there. That sort of way.
And
So
that's another
it's
great
I
point.
suppose in with my marketing strategy, with the guidance of yourself, I always have to have a pipeline. So my pipeline, I need to be, a couple of months ahead.
Yeah. And
So doing, having a plan in place and just doing more.
I think that's great that you can see that with your marketing strategy. And I mean, you've done some great things this year on social media. Me and you have looked at some of your posts, which you've reached a few thousands. I believe how much was it on that post earlier this year? Organically on
Uh,
Instagram, you got a few
10,000.
thousand. Like that's amazing,
Yeah.
and that's organic.
Yeah. Yeah. I got 10,000. Yeah.
Amazing, and that is completely
Yeah.
organic.
And
You
if
know,
you, yeah, and if you think about it, like I guided people in darkness into light. I was here on, I think it was the 10th of May for that. So there's a lot of good tactic. We did International Yoga there. I had a free class up here, which was a great success. We're after running our first restorative with sound bath, and that's going to come on once once a month. So the next one is 27th of um of August. There's loads of exciting things planned, for this quarter. I suppose part of my skills as well is being in real estate. So the year would have been broken up into 4 quarters.
yes.
So you know exactly, you're tracking and marketing exactly where you are. So I would have got that from my business background. So that's another thing, that I have in my favor. And the one thing I'm really proud of is, mostly the same people come back. Like, I have the same 4 ladies that started with me last year, and that's a huge compliment. But I have
100%.
genuine love for all the people that come in. Like, I have some really, really gorgeous people that come in. And, so for me, and I've said this from day one to you, Jason, I am creating a community. Yamika Yoga is a community. And that's, we take part in things. And yeah, it's all about having a bit of fun as well. The classes, sometimes we'd be having great fun. You'd just be laughing, so, and also the classes they might sound gentle, but there would be a little bit of a bite in them.
So yeah, Fiona, I think that's great how you're talking about community building, because that's something you spoke with me a lot about when we first started talking on the phone last year. And what I love about you is that
Yeah, it's very important to me. Yeah.
you already started working on the community building really before you started pushing the social media as well as you are now. It was something that you already knew you had to do. So I guess that's one of the strongest benefits of being with you at Yamika Yoga. And as you said, you had your old clients who are still with you, which many business owners will say that it's very hard to keep old clientele, especially in such a competitive field. So that is something you should be very, very proud of. So I guess, Fiona, if people want to reach you, how can they do that?
Follow me on social media, ring me, just reach out. And I'm always there for everybody. Just reach out. And, with your first class, it's always complimentary. It's kind of like try before you buy. And you just come up and, it's just such fun. It's fun. And it's a lovely way, especially now. You're in another little few weeks, it will be sunrise yoga, because the days will be getting a little bit shorter, so it's just yeah, I just love the community.
Amazing. And as well as that, guys, me and Fiona are working on our new website, so you're going to be able to find her there. But to find Fiona, to DM her about one of her classes, to learn more about her amazing, amazing classes at Naas Racecourse. The sunrise thing sounds very interesting, Fiona. I think I'll be joining you for one of them myself.
You have
Uh,
to,
I
Jason,
have
you
to.
have
Yeah,
to.
that sounds amazing. You have me intrigued. But guys, to follow Fiona on social media, all you have to do is go into the description of this podcast and click the link. Couldn't be any easier. Yamika Yoga. Fiona, it was an absolute pleasure to have you on, and I look forward to continue to see all the amazing things you do online.
Jason, thank you so much. I really appreciate the time, and I'm excited. And yeah, just be where your feet are. How's that?
That's another great tagline. You're full of great taglines here today, Fiona.
Namaste.
Namaste. It was an absolute pleasure, and I'll speak with you again soon, Fiona.
Thank you. Bye, Jason. Thank you. Thank you.
That is it for today's episode of the Jason Flood Digital Marketing Show. A big thank you to Fiona Aldwell from Yamika Yoga for joining me and sharing her insights into the transformative power of yoga and mindful movement. If you'd like to learn more, visit Fiona's website and social media links in the description below. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Jason Flood, and I'll see you in the next episode.